Hey guys, so a quick context slash background of this video. So around August of last year, I got into F1 or Formula 1, and as I got to know more about the sport and about the drivers, I found out that they all started with karting. And one day I was curious and I searched online if there were karting tracks around me. So I searched karting tracks in Cebu, and luckily there was one, and it was called Kartzone Cebu. And before I actually got to experience it, I actually begged my mom for about a couple of weeks or months. I don't know how long was it, but I begged my mom to bring me there because I really want to try it for myself. And finally, a few months later, we finally went to Kartzone Cebu and I got to experience my first karting experience. What? I got to experience my first time karting. Yeah. So yeah, I really enjoyed driving there and I really want to go again. Before we get into the video, I just want to say that I tried my best to find the nicest footage possible because sometimes the footage was a bit shaky and blurry. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this video as I have enjoyed driving the kart so much that I really want to go back again. While editing this video, I was just like, I want to go again, I want to go again, I want to go again. Because I know where I can go a bit faster and stuff. Yeah, I really want to go again. But yeah, let's now go into the video. I talk too much. Let's go. So here I am heading out of the pits for the very first time, and I made sure to check the main straight if there were karts around me. And I was just taking my time on my outlap, getting to know every bit of the track, like knowing where the curves were and knowing where the apexes are in every corner. I also familiarized myself with which part of the track was smooth or bumpy. And this is what I would call the sector 2 of the track, where I think I might have slowed down the people behind me, as you can see. But I don't know, it's really hard to tell with this camera angle, but I think I might have slowed them down just a little bit. But I also tried to look back, but it was kind of hard to do because I had this huge helmet on that just keeps falling down off my face. So I had to constantly adjust it throughout the lap. And this is also where throughout my whole session, this is where I feel really slow, and maybe could have been brave enough to brake a bit later and carry much more speed. So starting my first proper lap, I did not go flat out yet because I still did not have that confidence to trust the kart and brake later at every corner. As you can see, at turn 1, I'm taking it real slow, braking really early for turn 1, therefore losing too much speed at the exit. And also, I look really slow here because of the camera angle, but I think if I had a bit of onboard footage with a GoPro or something, I think you can see that I'm going quite fast, or I don't know, maybe it's just me who feels like I'm going fast. I don't really know. But also, there was no delta to see your lap times, so I managed to get my lap times by cutting the part of my video from where I started my lap to crossing the end of the finish line. So by lap 1, I did a 1 minute 43.17, which I think was a fairly decent time for first timers like me. Plus, I really like to know my lap times and all, so yeah. So in the second lap, I did a 1 minute 45.26, which was 2 seconds slower than my previous lap because of what happened in the penultimate corner where the driver in front of me was gesturing that there was something on the track. I was a bit confused at first as to what was happening on track because she was waving all about and yeah. But when I came to that penultimate corner, I saw a small green snake. Ew. And yeah, it was trying to get across the track. I was like, what? A snake? I did not really have much time to think about it, to react and to avoid the snake because I think I might have run him over just a little bit. But yeah, I don't really know what happened to the snake, but ew, yeah. On the third lap, as you can see, I let the guys behind me to go ahead because I did not really want to slow them down if ever they were trying to go faster. But despite doing that, I did the second fastest recorded time of my session with a 1 minute 39.08. But also, in sector 2 of the track, I was really slow and I braked too early. Therefore, I had to get on the power mid-corner instead of letting the kart roll through the apex, then getting on the power at the exit, which I think would have been a faster way of getting through this section of the track. Also, you might also see that at every corner, I tilt my head towards the apex to get a better view because of what I told you with my huge helmet on, and also doing that just makes me feel like a proper racing driver. So yeah. So on my fourth flying lap, I had the most confidence because I set the time with a 1 minute 32.17. But I did not really know if this was the fastest time of my session because my mom did not record the next few laps. But if I remember correctly, I think by lap 5 or 6 is where I started to go flat out on the straight. But I think you can see later on in this video that I was significantly faster on the straight by lap 8. And back to lap 4 where I started to push. And despite feeling really slow again in sector 2, I really enjoyed this part of the track because after turning right, you quickly turn left, then comes a hairpin and then a quick turn to the left again. Yeah, it was a really fun and quick flowy section of the track. I really like it.
This is your final lap of the race.
Thanks, Jeff. So this is my final lap of my session, which I did not realize at the time. But it was maybe 2 or 3 laps ago where I started to feel my arms hurt a lot, which I will explain later once I enter the pits. And also about 2 or 3 laps ago, I was the only one left on track, and it is also where I started to really go a bit faster. And yeah, it was really fun to have the track all to myself. And during those laps, I was just alternating between cruising around and doing a push lap. And yeah, you might have also seen that I went flat out on the straight, which was really good. And you can also see the only time where I did my fastest sector 2, which you can see is significantly faster than my previous laps, which is amazing. And at the end of this lap, Marshall called me to go to the pits, and at that time I was like, what? That was it? But at that same time I was like, okay, yeah, fine, my arms really hurt. So yeah, here I am slowly entering the pits, and as you can see, this is where I really felt my arms hurting. I don't know if it's just me with the lack of exercise or that my cart is slightly broken, because as you might have seen me entering the pits, my cart wanted to go left even though I did not really move my steering wheel. That was fun. Just been there. My arms are tired after it. The steering is so bugat, that's wye. So that's the end of my first karting experience, and I really want to go again soon. So yeah. Okay, we're gonna go now. Bye-bye.